Hello, hello. So I've been playing Starfield for 10 hours, and so far I like it. It's a very fun game. It's definitely something unique from Bethesda. It's not your Fallout in space or your Skyrim in space. It's got some things from that, but it's certainly a unique game and might take getting used to if you're really into like Fallout 4 or Skyrim. It's still fun though. Like the character models look awesome, and I'm a bit more of a vanilla guy of just like different hairstyles, and so I enjoy the looks of the characters in Starfield. People that have really modded their games and make them look anime as fuck might not like Starfield, even though it's got modern day. I think modern day looks. Now, when it comes to the perks, I decided not to go Dream Home because I'm never going to be there, man. Like, I'm just not. I'm not going to be. I'm going to be in space all the goddamn time. So I decided to pick home thing. And now, while playing the game, I got notes from my dad and my mum to like go home and see him. But I have no idea where they live, so I haven't done that yet. But it's quite a unique and enjoyable game, and we'll get into a bit more of that down the line. One thing I really like is the gunplay. Like, it does feel responsive, and I don't know, man. Like, it felt a little bit different to Fallout 4, but it felt like if I was aiming at a target, I was putting rounds at them. And this is like my first reaction to gunplay. I don't want to go spoiling any quests or anything like that, because again, that'd be a bit bloody rude for early access. It'd be your own fault if if you're watching reviews without having early access. But but yeah, it felt quite responsive. Like it was good, and this was an upgrade from Fallout, I believe. But still, all the same, I quite enjoyed the experience of gunplay. Like, it felt responsive. I got to give it to Bethesda for doing the first thing they've ever done, like some sort of like vehicle control. It's rather smooth. Like, it the space, and like they've never done this before. They've always had the chance of Fallout with like vertibirds and stuff like that, but this is the first time they've ever done. Well, not entirely true, because I remember in Fallout 3 you could command a spaceship, but that was all on rails, and you could change the power, the shields, and the weaponry, and the mothership Zeta. And that's what this kind of reminds me of. But this is a lot more smooth, and this is the first time they've ever done anything like this. There's a lot of things they've done for a first in this entire game, and it's not bad. I did commit my first pirate, and I felt really guilty because my companions were there, and they fucking hated me. Like, the Constellation crew were pissed. So I reloaded it, but I did end up going to like one of the main cities afterwards, and I had a bounty on me straight away. And then they arrested me and like put me in the mine in Mars, I'm pretty sure. So it's a bit like Star Citizen, where if you commit a crime, they chuck you in a mine. Some shit like that. But I reloaded back to my previous save before I accidentally opened fire on him and killed him. And yeah, space combat's pretty fun and pretty cool. So I do like that. Now, one thing I'm a really big fan of is the new Bethesda sort of radiant AI across cities. Every Bethesda game has like named NPCs, only people that you can afford to kill are the guards, or it turns into a ghost town. This is the sort of tech that needs to be in every next Bethesda game. If you like, say you go to the Imperial City, there's a shit ton of merchants and people living around it, adventurers, people wearing armor, people that live there, people that are traveling there, even in maybe small towns, people traveling past it and through it on the roads, and things like that. Because honestly, man, this was a good fresh new look at a city that actually looked somewhat lived in, apart from every other Bethesda game that looked like it was a village. And I really enjoyed this. This was awesome. I did come across some funny characters. I came across a guy that literally looked like a goddamn caveman. He had that caveman like Neanderthal face. That was kind of funny. Caveman in the stars. But yeah, man, like this needs to be in every single Bethesda game from now on in. If you go to like the new city in the next Elder Scrolls game, it's not just every named NPC working there. There's people walking around and making it feel lived in. It might. I don't know. I think it's a good thing. I really do. Seeing the place alive is entirely different. Like, this is their biggest city to date, apparently. I haven't searched the entire thing, But to make a city feel lived in, especially in the stars, it needs to have people in it, just wandering around doing their own thing, miscellaneous stuff like that, to make it feel immersive, to make it feel alive. And I liked this. Alright, so big things to me as a Bethesda player is I love follower mods, as in I love making my own followers and love having like a lot of followers and armies and shit like that. Ignore that bug. I've only ever experienced that once. I've only ever experienced 2 bugs in 10 hours. They're not game breaking. So I love the big follower system of Skyrim because I can go into like a battle with like 40 guys fighting or 50 guys. That shit's fun. My Civil War sort of thing. And I didn't mind the companions in Fallout 4. I think they're trying to blend them. It does feel a lot more like Fallout 4 though, because the non-named companions can't really follow you or interact with you. You find them in inns and they're like... They're just called like something specialist. And then you got the named ones, like the guy sitting beside me. That's the main companion, Sarah Morgan. And the chick on the stool over there, when we finally get to her, she's the one in the actual trailer. But this is an unnamed one, and they've got like one skill, and I'm pretty sure they're the cheapest one. And you can't have them follow you outside in that world. They're just basically for your ship or for your settlements. Where the other ones, the named ones, can actually follow you on the world as you travel. But it wasn't a complete and, you know, blend between followers of Skyrim and companions of Fallout. But mods could probably definitely fix that, and might need to, because I don't know. Anyway, he's actually not. I found this guy in like all different places. I found him in Freestyle Collective territory and UC's territory. It's bonkers. For some reason, everyone starts with like an old Asian man, like the guy of the trailer. But all the Radiant NPCs are walking around. But who knows, man? Who bloody knows? They've gotten everywhere. Anyway, I've talked for long enough, and I don't want to tell you absolutely everything about the game. I want to leave a lot of the mystery. I've enjoyed it so far, and that's pretty much all you need to know if you're on the side, on the fence with it. It's a fun game. It's certainly something different and unique and enjoyable from Bethesda, and I suggest giving it a go. Yeah, there's nothing much else I can say. Anyway, have a good one. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll catch ya in another vid. See you later.